Many of the people in the studio today were finishing up the set for tomorrow. The first set to be filmed, but not the first scene in the story, of course, is the private drawing room of the Carpathian Embassy. SLA plays the Grand Duke, the regent of Carpathia, and in this drawing room, he'll try to seduce the showgirl Elsie Mariner, M.M. Also built is the Queen Dahlia's sitting room, so that Dame Sydney's scenes can be shot as soon as possible. The art director is a small, intense lady with short grey hair, cut like a man's. She's Carmen Dillon, who's done many similar films. She works with a set dresser called Dario Simone. Together with Roger Furs, they're responsible for the look of the whole film. They're all completely professional and only think about the scenery and the props and the costumes. They didn't even glance at M.M. when she walked in to look at the set for a moment last week, even though M.M. was quite excited by the whole thing. This professionalism pervades the entire crew. In fact, I'm sure that they're all extremely proud of it. But I don't find it exactly working, and I'm sure M.M. won't either. A top actor like Chippy will take it for granted. A director like SLO will insist on it. But a stranger, a foreigner, a new girl like M.M. may be put off by it. I know I am. I admire and envy all their skills. But it is possible to be human too, isn't it? Anyway, we did a couple of early shots which gave SLO and David a chance to get to know the crew before M.M. makes her very considerable presence. I had to stay until last, so I only just got back here in time for Annie's dinner. Tony B is buoyant for a change. This certainly means that SLO is optimistic, despite the owners. I expect he's happy to be working in the studio again on a closed set, no visitors, where Vivian's social demands have to take second place. Tuesday, the 7th of August. I left Runnymede at 6 a.m. sharp. Quite cool. No traffic on the road, so I was at Runnymede before 6:25. One of the sleepy guards was sitting to the rest. After 20 minutes of pacing up and down outside the star dressing room, a black hire car arrived bearing Dame Sydney. Oh, Colin, how kind of you to meet me. You look cold. I was. And she's over 70. I pulled makeup and hair and settled her in a warm dressing room. 5 minutes later came Gilman with a benches carrying SLO. Hello, boy. Marilyn arrived yet? Not yet, Sir Lawrence. Well, wait here until she does, and let me know directly. He's optimistic. At 7:05, Vicky Waters arrived in a London taxi. With him was Paul Hardy, who will play the embassy major domo. At 7:15, Milton greeted. Hi, Colin. Is she here yet? Who's he kidding? Then I I remained poised outside on the pavement. David emerged from the studios. What's going on? I thought you had a contact in her house. Haven't you phoned yet? Not yet. Phone? Rod answered. We're due to leave right now. We've been on standby for 10 minutes. Paula is here. She and Heather are waiting too. Report to David. ETA 8:15. Report to SLO. Being made up. And Milton. ETA 8:15. Scout. At 8:30, M.M. arrives with Paula. Claude, carrying her bag, reads. M.M. wears dark glasses, beige nylon scarf, slacks. Good morning, Miss Monroe. Oh, hi. Whitey is already in her dressing room. He's been there for nearly 2 hours. Everyone but Paula is firmly shut out. I report to SLO again. Now, I must make a note. 8:30 a.m. arrival at the studio means 11 a.m. on set. It just isn't possible to hurry the makeup, hair, costume sequence. Even if one could, it might upset M.M. And then where will we be? Well, where? I expect we'll find out, sooner or later. SLO had expected M.M. to be late and had planned cutaway shots to use up the time. The main scene of the day was Dame S, the Grand Duke's mother-in-law, greeting M.M., the showgirl, in that purple drawing room. Jack had lit the stand-ins by 9 a.m. and by 9:30, Dame S and Dickie W. were waiting on the set in full costume. SLO offered profuse apologies, but they didn't seem to mind. Poor dear, I expect she's nervous, said Dame S. I expect so, said Dickie dryly, but SLO didn't get the point. We shot a reaction on Dickie's eyebrows, up in mock surprise, and then I went to check on M.M. As I was waiting outside her dressing room, she suddenly burst out with Paula, Milton and Whitey surrounded her like warders with a violent prisoner. They all swooped off in the wrong direction down the corridor until I could run and catch up. When I got them into Studio A, they all bolted straight into the portable dressing room on the set and slammed the door. This left Bumble grinding her teeth and curling her lock of hair. MM's dresser, skinny, rather sexy, a hairdresser and a makeup assistant, all marooned on the outside, rather wondering what to do. When they were eventually admitted, it must have been like the "and two hard-boiled eggs" scene from the Marx Brothers in Monkey Business, 1941. The answer was to expel Paula and Milton, but that was not so easy. Finally, at 11:30 a.m., MM did emerge, fully dressed, and looking, I'm bound to say, ravishing. What a beautiful creature she is, to be sure. Paula whispered in her ear, and she walked straight on to the set. No munches to Dame S for a 2-hour wait. But Dame S could see that it was quite an act of courage to be there at all, and gave her a warm welcome. Quiet, studio. Going for a take. Hit the lights. The whole sequence began without SLO giving MM any direction, let alone MM asking for it. I suppose he just thought he would see what happened. He was sitting quietly behind the camera in full costume, as he was in the next shot. Action. Dame Sybil's performance, rock steady and flawless. All MM had to do was to remember her lines. When by take 8 she had done this, we had a print. MM's first shot was in the can. What a relief for us all, not least her. Between takes, MM can't lie down or even sit. Bumble's gorgeous dress doesn't allow it. So MM has a strange white resting board with armrests on which she can relax. She dashes to this on every possible occasion, flicking her fingers up and down in the air. She's been taught this trick as a tension reliever by one of the Strasbourgs. It doesn't look very effective to me, and it gives her the appearance of being in a flat. Paula's lips are never more than 2 inches from her ear, muttering and whispering continuously. Not unnaturally, SLO has a hard time coming to terms with this. He wants to talk to MM about the next shot, but it's hard for him to interrupt. I'm sure he had originally expected her to rush to him and lap up his words of wisdom and say, not a chance. I harbor equidistance from him and David, while Jack relights as quickly as he can.